Be me, 14 at the time, go camping with parents and younger sister, not incest.png. At Mount Diablo in California for anyone interested. Set up camp, sun goes down, sit around fire till about 11, just talking and shit. Cool parents let me have alcohol, so I'm a little tipsy. They go to bed in their tent. Me and sister are sharing a tent about 50 feet away. Go lay down in tent. Talk for a while. Hear weird sound off a ways outside the tent. Think at first it's my parents fucking. It's too far away and on the opposite side of where they are. It sounded like nails on chalkboard, but organic, like something living had made it. Hard to describe. Tell sister it's a deer. She's tired and had a little bit to drink too, so she accepts that and falls straight to sleep. Lay in sleeping bag for about 15 minutes. Can't sleep. Not really worried about sound. 30 minutes pass by, still can't sleep. FML, if I had just fallen asleep, none of this would have ever happened. Start to hear rustling a little ways off. Tell myself it's probably my dad taking a shit. It sounds like rustling leaves at the top of a tree though. It's starting to get really aggressive, like whatever it is trying to take the tree down. Suddenly it gets really quiet. Too quiet.png. Try to relax. I've been camping for years and know what foxes and mountain lions sound like. I've heard just about every animal in California forests and still have no idea what could have made that sound I heard then. Literal screech pierces the air. Screech isn't a good way to describe it. It sounded like nails on chalkboard at 100 times the volume, but the tone was wrong. It had an organic, almost raspy quality to it. Definitely made by an animal. Start to freak the fuck out. Don't want to wake up sister because she's a giant pussy who will probably just start crying and say I'm trying to scare her, ain't trying to piss off my parents. Calm self down. Decide to stay awake all night and listen for it. If it gets closer, I'll go wake up dad. Definitely sobered up by now. Holy fuck.png. Scared but also feel brave for not running to parents. An hour passes. Ain't heard shit. Get bored. Start playing on my little 20 questions ball thing. Those were the shit. Hear sounds kind of near the tent but brush them off as small animals. They weren't coming from the trees. Keep playing. 30-ish minutes pass. Suddenly realize something. There are no sounds coming from outside. Dead silence. Peek head out from under sleeping bag. Literally nothing. Heart starts beating really fast. Get this overwhelming sense of dread. It's cold, but I start sweating like fuck. Sit there unmoving in silence for what felt like forever. Ears begin to adjust to the silence and I realize I can hear something. Very quiet, but I can just barely pick it up. Realize I can hear breathing. Oh fuck. Again, it's in the opposite direction of where my parents' tent is. Towards the forest. Not my sister. She is under her sleeping bag and her breathing is different. The breathing sounds like a horse after it runs. Big, deep breaths. From a big, big animal. Raspy as fuck. Start trying to convince self all the noises are coming from a hurt deer or something. But deer don't fucking scream like that. Listen for 10-ish minutes or so. Sister snores and I get distracted for a sec. Try to hone back in on the sound. Realize it's gone. Everything is back to dead fucking silent. Practically pissing myself at this point. Feeling of dread isn't going away. It's getting worse and worse. Start fumbling around as quietly as I can for my flashlight. Hands clammy, fingers spaghetti. Start to smell something weird. Smells like fucking death. Shit. Everything smells like blood. Praying that my dad will smell it and wake up. Try to call him, but my throat closes up. Can't even fucking croak, I'm so scared. Hear something extremely close to the tent. Like the sounds your lips make when you open your mouth loudly. Silently start crying. Finally find my flashlight. Trying to find the balls to turn it on. Hear sound extremely fucking close to the tent. Right fucking in front of me. It was like a guttural moan, like when huskies talk, but really, really deep and raspy. Time to die.png. Starts making the sound over and over again. Literally piss myself. In the dark, I can kind of see something press up against the tent. Vaguely face-shaped. Realize it's trying to actually say something. Tell myself I'm going to count down from 10, then turn on my flashlight and fucking book it to my parents' tent. 10. It stops talking. 9. 8. 7. Shaking so fucking bad, trying to find tent zipper. 6. 5. Can still see it pressed up against the tent. Realize that my sister's still asleep. Fuck it. 4. Get out of sleeping bag. 3. Start to unzip tent. Look back to where the face was. It's gone.png. Nope. Unzip tent. Trip over the opening. Run as fast as I fucking can to parents' tent. Trying to scream as loud as I possibly can, but still nothing will come out. Crash into parents' tent. Anon, what the fuck? Grabbing Dad, hysterical at this point. He must have been able to tell how scared I was because he instantly changed from angry to concerned. What the fuck is that smell? Can barely fucking speak. There's a face out there. I've never really seen my dad look scared, but if there was a time he did, that was it. Where's your sister? Oh shit. Shit. She's still in the tent. It's open. It's open. It's fucking open. Fucking losing it. Hysterical. I run outside and my dad runs after me. Turn on flashlight and he grabs it and we both keep running towards the tent. Knees are shaking so bad I can barely run. Dad starts screaming for my sister. See the tent. Dad stops and tells me to stay back. I might be a rabid animal if it's not scared by us. Can barely whisper, Daddy, it's not an animal. He starts shining the flashlight around the tent and yelling, it must be a skunk or something, it smells like shit. My face when skunks don't fucking smell like rotting blood. I think he was trying to be brave. We walk around to the mouth of the tent. Anna insists, are you awake? Gets closer to the mouth of the tent. It's dark in the tent even though we have a flashlight. Almost looks like a shadow or something being cast in the tent. Wait, there's nothing to be casting a shadow there. I think me and my dad both realize this at the same time. His voice is kind of shaky now. Anna insists. Shadow kind of shudders. Yeah, it's not a fucking shadow. Whoever's in the fucking tent, get the fuck out right now. Dad starts running at the tent. This fucking thing turns around, completely black. That's why we thought it was a shadow. But its face was white. Just fucking white. Completely flat, no nose. It had what I guess you could call eyes, just vertical slits on its flat face. No visible mouth. We'll try to draw a pic. Dad stops dead in his fucking tracks, just shining light on it. Suddenly it takes off on all fours and runs out of the tent back into the woods. It ran almost like a cat when it gets scared. That's the only way I can describe it. Dad's only shocked for a second, but then he runs into the tent to check on Sister. Dad picks up Sister. What the fuck, this bitch still asleep. She wakes up. Why are you yelling? It's the middle of the night. So you're okay? We go back to our car. Dad tells Mom we need to leave right now. Stop, you're just overreacting. It was probably just a raccoon. Stop being such a pussy. I'm not about to drive home in the dark and crash. Blah, blah, blah. Bitch. I'm still scared as fuck, but I'm not pissing myself anymore. It's like maybe 2 or 3 a.m. at this point. Dad finally compromises. Says we can sleep in the car until 6 a.m. and then we are leaving. Get situated. Dad is still worried about my sister. She seems fine though and falls asleep in the back. Mom and Dad can't sleep, so they go back to their tent but lock us in the car. Laying on the ground. Yeah, I'm not fucking sleeping. An hour passes. Nothing. We all get into the car to try and wait till morning. Dad is still worried about my sister, but she doesn't seem to remember anything and falls back asleep on the seats in the back. Mom is still pissed and can't sleep. Makes my dad go back to the tent to sleep there with her. They lock us in the car. I'm lying on the ground next to the back seats. Yeah, there's no fucking way I'm sleeping. Still scared but not pissing myself anymore. An hour passes. Start getting hopeful that it's gone for the night. Nope. Smell comes back. So much fucking worse. No fresh air in the car and I think I'm going to vomit. Start to hear a shuffling on the ground outside. Don't fucking look out the windows. My head is near the hinge of the car doors. Start to hear something messing with the car. Sounds like something scraping its nails back and forth over the hinge. Scrape, click, scrape. Close my eyes and tell myself no matter what to not look outside. Start hearing this heaving sound. Sounds like coughing, laughing, and breathing all at the same time, right next to my head. Start crying again. Too scared to scream. The moaning starts again. Kui, ki, hi, 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 hi. It's fucking saying hi over and over again. Hi, 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 hi. Desperately trying to call Dad. Sister wakes up. What's going on? Where's Dad? Emma, what is that? Oh God, please God, help me, Dad. Where are you, Emma? Please open your eyes. What is that? What is that? What is that? Hear parents scrambling out of tent. I don't know what they saw because my eyes were still closed, but whatever it was scared them enough to drive away right then and have my dad come back the next day for our stuff. I've camped there numerous times after this and experienced nothing. Hope this was worth the wait. Any idea what I might have seen?